Hi there. I'm MC Tracy, Director of Campaign Strategy and Performance here at TMT. Today, we're unlocking the potential of AI in marketing. Imagine boosting your revenue with smart, AI-driven content strategies, and in this video, I'll show you how. Content is king. I think we've been hearing this for a little bit, but now it is more relevant than ever before. When people are looking to get new services, so when they're looking for your business, they're going to go through a whole bunch of content and learn a whole bunch about you before they make a move. So we know this, and we talk about this all the time, and we have shock and awe boxes and all of those things. But the first place they're going to look is they're going to search your name and look at what comes up. And usually it's LinkedIn and it's Facebook and it's your website and your blog and all of those things. So we want to make sure that you're staying up to date and relevant and that you're putting your best foot forward, boosting your authority and all of these things. And the way that you do that nowadays is through content and a lot of online content. So this is something I am getting really well versed in is our content, specifically YouTube, blogs, YouTube shorts, social media, all of those things. So I do have some answers for you if you have any questions on that. But content is king, and that's the biggest thing to kind of get out of today. So here's the strategy. I remember talking to Mike Sadola on this on an airplane to San Diego or something. And we were talking about email strategy and how to use it and how you guys can actually use email to kind of move things forward. And we came up with this strategy and we've taught it and we're using it at TMT, and it's really just doing a lot of good. So here's what it is you have a blog post and it's got some good content. Your blog post is helping to boost your SEO anyway. You've written it. You've linked things in your blog to other places in your blog or to outside sources or anything. And say you've got a really good piece of content. You're proud of it. It's got a lot of good stuff on it. You could even have a table of contents because the blog is so long. Or it doesn't have to be, but that's just kind of how this works. So you have a really good piece of content, a blog that you've posted recently, and you send an email to drive traffic to it. This is why I brought up Prospect Hopper, because this strategy is really how you should be using Prospect Hopper. So what you do is you drive traffic to your blog through an email. And within that email, you can tag people who click the link for follow-up calls. So what you're doing is you're sending an email, you're weeding out people who maybe aren't really interested in your stuff at all, and you're getting yourself a good list of people who are engaged with your email content and just with you and your content in general. So if you send out an email to, say, 200 people, maybe 50 people open it, and maybe 20 people click on your link, then those 20 people are definitely 100% the people that you want to be calling first, right? And so what this does is it bubbles up the people to the top that you really want to call and make connections with. So in your email, you would link to the blog, say you write something interesting in your email, and then you say, click here to read more, or click here to read our latest, whatever. And then they click it. They get tagged in your database for clicking the email. And then they go and read your blog. At the end of your blog, you might have a call to action. You should have a call to action to download a free report, or really just to book a consult. And I would recommend booking, just like having a consult or get on a webinar or something like that. Just because if people are reading to the bottom of your blog, they're usually interested and they need your services. And so you would want to kind of get them at that place where you can kind of push them into making that commitment of a booked appointment. So that's the strategy here, is you're creating content. It not only helps boost your SEO and boost your authority for people who are actively searching for services. Obviously, you want to be in the ring for somebody actively searching for IT business, but then also you can use this blog that you've made that is boosting your stuff for call follow-ups, and to pick out your super engaged people in your list. Okay. So here's a problem, is that a lot of you aren't able to put original content out on even a monthly basis, weekly basis, anything like that. And I get it. If you have no copywriting experience, if you're looking at a blank page on Word, it's really hard to just come up with content, especially, and I've been here, especially with content that's about cybersecurity, technology, and you're talking to healthcare providers or you're talking to accounting firms, and they don't care. They don't care about technology, but you still need to have that content that's putting you as the authoritative figure in technology. So it is a very difficult position to be in, especially when you're selling preventatives and it's just not a sexy topic. And so it can be hard to write blogs about it. So I completely understand. I've been there. I did my very best with trying to write blogs. And that's kind of why I'm talking to you about ChatGPT today and using it, because if I had this when I was trying to do that, it just changes the game. So what we're going to talk about today is doing some newsjacking. So taking recent articles from different sources, utilizing ChatGPT, and then kind of putting your own touch and spin on it, editing things where editing's needed, and come up with new content that you could post out weekly, really. It doesn't take too long. What turns into, hours and hours of, really trying to pull together content and whatever into just the ChatGPT writes it for you. So you can use things like CompTIA Smart Brief, the MSP Association of America, the hackernews.com, TechCrunch, Google. You could just search recent news, especially in your area. That would be really good as well. But you're just going to find some recent news. You could even use Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce in ChatGPT and ask it to relate it to IT somehow, and it'll give you something. So we're trying to use this to make good content as well as original content. Okay, so I have originally a 7-step plan where you find a story, you're going to copy it, you're going to go to ChatGPT, you'll create an article with it, you'll edit it, make sure that the facts are correct and all of that. You'll post it as a blog, and then you'll email to it. But it doesn't stop there with what I have been using it for now. And what you also can do with it is an 11-step plan where it writes the blog, it writes an email for you, you email your list with it, then you have it create social media posts, image ideas. You can use AI image software to create images for you in your social posts, and then you can also post them driving back to the blog. So we've got our original strategy, with being able to use it, or if you want some extra bonus, then you can have ChatGPT write your email plus social posts, all pushing to your piece of good original content. So with that being said, I am going to drop a prompt in here for you guys so that you can use it whenever, wherever for using ChatGPT. And I'm going to do a live demo so that you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about and how to use your prompt. So I'm going to just pause my share really fast and drop this in. Okay, so it's not letting me. It says transfer of docx files is restricted by your account admin. Okay, so I'll just copy this and paste it in here for you guys. So it's kind of long, so you can just copy that and put it somewhere safe. All right, let's get into ChatGPT. All right. So if you've never used it before, just search ChatGPT. It'll come up as OpenAI. So if that's the first thing that comes up, it's not sponsored. It's not a promo. That is actually ChatGPT. And this is what it looks like. It's really just a space where you can write a message to the robot and it'll spit something back out to you. So I've used this for absolutely everything. It's just helpful to get that start. It's like a soup starter for email promotion. It's a soup starter for social media posts, for captions on YouTube, to get a subject line. Heck, I even used it earlier this week to connect two people to connect a student that was looking for an opportunity. And I didn't know how to start the email. And so I put it into ChatGPT and it gave me the email to write. So it's really helpful with just cutting back time and kind of reserving your brain power for other things or for the editing process instead of that initial process. Okay, so let's take this prompt that I put into here. Now, if you just put this prompt in, it will spit something out for you. It'll give you a blog post. So what it says is, I have a blog article I'd like rewritten with headlines and subheads so that your blog is easier to read and it's not just like paragraph, paragraph, paragraph. With the headlines and subheads, you'll be able to use H1 tags and H2 tags, which are good for SEO, which we'll talk about in an upcoming group session. You can tell it to make it about however many words long. Now, ChatGPT has a hard time with math and with numbers, so you'll just have to watch that. It's not always perfect with the guidelines using any numbers. And then we said, I need it written in the voice of an IT services provider who is sending this to small business owners in Nashville. So this part is your niche and whatever you are writing your email or writing your blog to. If you have multiple industries that you service, I would write multiple different blogs for the multiple different industries. Now, you wouldn't want them all to sound extremely similar. Since you are utilizing ChatGPT, it can write specific things for specific industries, but I would make this as specific as possible. So instead of small business owners in Nashville, if I were writing this for TMT, I would say to IT business owners I could write one for Nashville to make it local. Then we want to talk about how the IT services provider, so your intent, wants to sell their services to the small business owner. So please end it with an offer for a free 15-minute discovery call. It can be 10-minute, whatever. The voice should be authoritative and friendly. Tone is extremely important to give as a prompt in ChatGPT, or else it'll sound really dry. So you want to kind of ask it to be friendly, authoritative, those kind of things. Talk to the business owner knowing they don't want to have to deal with all the tech stuff, but that they need to. And then asking, can you optimize for SEO for keywords and you would just drop in your keywords. So Nashville IT support, small business, IT services, and cybersecurity. What you know now is that this blog is going to be optimized for SEO and you won't have to go in and start to add in all of those keywords to get it to rank on Google or whatever. It'll just do it for you. Okay. So before I go ahead and click send, I'm going to drop in the blog that I want it to rewrite. Okay. So you can go ahead and pick a blog that you'd want it to rewrite. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought with that. So ChatGPT, you can't just drop a link to your blog that you want to write. You actually have to copy the content. So I have a blog right here from thehackernews.com as an example. So I'm going to copy all of this and I'm just going to paste it into this chat with ChatGPT and click send. And it'll just start generating the blog for me. So as you can see, we have the headline. We're starting to get some subheadlines in there. The initial thing at the top says, as a small business owner in Nashville, You have a plethora of responsibilities, from managing operations to ensuring customer satisfaction. The list goes on. But there's one crucial area that often gets overlooked: IT security, especially password management. Let's dive into the world of passwords and why Nashville IT support should be at the top of your priority list. So in this case, editing wise, if I were you, I would take out the quotations from Nashville IT support, and maybe you can take out those quotes from the prompt. Sometimes it's very literal with your prompt. And so in this case, it thinks Nashville IT support, that whole thing is what I want to be optimized for in here, where maybe I should have just put commas instead of the quotations. Okay, so it talks about dark side of convenient passwords. It's giving the percentages and statistics from the hackernews.com. Putting it, let's see, business accounts, the risk magnified, addressing password reuse. This is all from that blog. And it has the 15-minute discovery call after. Now, so talking about giving credit where credit's due, I have another prompt for you here. So if you write it, maybe forget to give credit. I'm going to just ask it this now. Can you credit the original author, the Hacker News, somewhere in the article, especially if you use statistics? Okay, so it's rewriting it. And right here, you can see a study highlighted by the Hacker News provides a startling perspective. Okay, so say this is a little too rigid for the kind of tone that you're looking to provide in your blogs. Maybe you want people to feel like it's more of a conversation and less of a professional piece. So you can also ask it to rewrite. So I'll say, can you please rewrite this in a more playful tone? And we'll see what it comes up with. So headline is, hey, Nashville business owners, got a minute? Let's talk passwords. Says things like, all right, my lovely Nashville entrepreneurs, grab your favorite cuppa and let's have a fun chat about something we all love to forget: passwords. Yep, the guardians of our digital treasure chest. The Hacker News has spilled some beans that we can't ignore, so let's dive right in. So it makes it super playful, and so you can play around with how much or how little you want it to kind of do this. You can also always edit between both, and it just gives you a good kind of guideline, and you could merge the two together yourself and figure that out. So this one says, want to chat, coffee's on us. Enter spec ops password policy, the superhero. So it makes it a little easier to read, a little more digestible. Okay, so next prompt is, how can you use this for an email? So I'm going to drop this prompt in the chat. So you guys, if you're not copying these things that I'm putting in the chat, go ahead and copy those and put them in your own work document. I can also post the document to the dashboard, but might as well just get it while you can right now. Okay, so now I'm going to ask it to create an email that I can send based on the blog you rewrote. Can you give me a subject line too? The email should be a 4 to 5 sentence max and encourage people to read the blog. So let's see what it says. Says, certainly. Subject, cyber adventures await. Dive into playful password chat. Okay, so I am going to ask it to make this more professional. Make the tone more professional. See what it comes up with. Important insights on password security for Nashville businesses. Dear contact first name. Understanding the intricacies of password security is vital for every business. Our latest blog provides essential insights tailored specifically for Nashville business owners. Please take a moment and read to ensure your enterprise stays protected. The playful one says, ever wondered if password 123 might be your digital kryptonite? Dive into our fun-filled chat on password puzzles and cyber shenanigans that every Nashville business owner should know. Ready for a playful take on serious security? It really went in on that word playful, and it'll do this. So you definitely, if you get anything out of this today, if you're using ChatGPT, edit what it gives you. So don't just use it and think that it knows exactly what it's doing. You're just kind of using it as your starter to your email or your blog. So here's how I would kind of break this up. I think that the subject line on this is pretty good. The important insights on password security for Nashville businesses. It could maybe even be toned back a little bit, less words in your subject line. I would take this first sentence minus the emoji, because Keep really doesn't let you use emojis. They do now in your subject line, but I would take this, ever wondered if password 123 might be your digital kryptonite, maybe not use the kryptonite word, digital downfall, something like that. And then I would probably take this kind of stuff and put it in to actually push to the blog, because it kind of gets a little weird with this fun-filled chat on password puzzles and cyber shenanigans. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. And this one just makes more sense on what the blog is about.
All right, that was it. Hope you loved it. Now, if you're serious about taking your MSP game to the next level, you have to check out our MSP Marketing Roadshow event. This is the event for MSPs who want to attract top-notch clients, lock in that sweet recurring revenue, and snag high-profit contracts. We're talking real strategies, killer networking, and insights you can actually use. Plus, we're going to include how to use AI in your marketing to get fast, easy leads more than you ever thought possible. Click the link below and head over to mspmarketingroadshow.com to snag your spot now in a city near you. Seriously, don't sleep on this. Spaces are going fast.